We've hosted the biggest parties there.
If you want to find an apartment that's like
4 to 5 guys with like heavy armor and rifles.
It's literally just like a frat house. Hello, welcome back to another vlog. Today is a very exciting day because our quarantine is done and we are about to go outside for the first time. And it just so happens that it's a snow day, so the whole ground is covered in snow. And it's super cold out, so I'm so excited. I had to whip out my winter jacket for the first time this season. This is from Zara, and it's so warm. I'm gonna throw this beanie on and some snowshoes, and we're gonna go for a little nice walk outside. And when we get back, we're gonna make a gingerbread house. And I'm so excited because we've had this box in our apartment for so long now, and I've been wanting to make it, but today is the perfect day because it's a snow day. Oh, epic hat. Now that's what I call a phlox tree. Outdoor dining, anyone? This one definitely is the best. I've been waiting my whole life for this. It is the long anticipated time to build a gingerbread house. I'm so excited. So we picked up this one from VLOGMAS a long time ago. And it's already made. Thank God.
This isn't boring.
What?
I had to build it.
Oh my God, it's already built? That is boring. Wow, you're dismissed.
Well,
I was just gonna say. Okay, good. The icing's made. We don't have to do anything. This is so exciting. Okay. Cool. You cut out all the nonsense. I'm gonna use this one as inspo because it's really cute.
Icing is good.
Is it? Can I eat this is the question. Is this vegan?
Don't look.
No. Oh my God, it's vegan. Yum. Okay. Let's do it. Should we use this as inspo?
Sure.
Which one's the front of the house? I thought it would be fun to talk about all the different neighborhoods that we've lived at in New York so far. Because combined, we've both lived in like so many different areas. And I know a lot of people are always like on the hunt to move here. So I thought, why not chat about it? So when I first moved to New York, I was going to school for dance. And I rented out, I found like the perfect deal on Craigslist, which is insane.
You can't do that anymore.
You cannot do that anymore. This was in like 2013. I wouldn't use Craigslist nowadays, but anyways, in the past it was fine. So I found an amazing apartment with 2 roommates on Craigslist, right across from my dance school in the West Village. And I was there for about 6 months. I was in that apartment when I met him, which is hilarious. And I was there for about 6 months. And then my sister moved to New York. So we moved together to Stuytown, which is honestly great. So I lived in Stuytown with my sister. Stuytown is amazing. How would you describe it?
Stuytown is okay. So in the real estate profession,
He's in the real estate business. You mentioned that, but well, you just said I'm in the field.
Stuytown is what we like to call a opener for anyone entering to New York. Reason is they're very easy for approval and they're very easy going on everything, but they're very cookie cutter apartments.
Yeah.
You're not gonna find anything special. They're all the same. Actually, you don't even see the apartment that
You see a tester.
You see a tester.
You never physically walk into your apartment.
You never physically walk into your apartment, which is not uncommon in the city. I've signed somebody on sight unseen leases that I can't even recall. we'll call it. But management's very good. They're very nice and they're very easygoing.
One issue with like New York apartments is depending on your management, like you have something broken and like if you have a bad management, you're fucked because they're not gonna fix it. You're gonna take forever to fix it. They're gonna be cheap about fixing it. We've been around the block and back with that, but Stuytown is definitely one of the better situations. I would say they fix things like right away. You just call the management, whatever. And it is nice. You're living in the park. You're in East Village. It was perfect for what we had.
Stuytown is great because it's easy and you don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
They also have, if you're looking, I think they still believe, I believe they still have this roommate pairing program. With if you don't have a roommate, they pair you with one that's equally qualified.
But when I lived there, I was going to school at Fordham, which is on the Upper West Side, and it was like about an hour, it was close to an hour-long commute every day, believe it or not, because you had to take the L train and the 1 train. So that was really annoying because I was at school all day long. I had really long school hours. So my sister decided to move in with her boyfriend, and which is now her husband, and
they grew up so fast.
So I decided to move to the Upper West Side so that I could walk to school. And I lived in a 1-bedroom on 70th Street. And so there, by this point, we were like really dating and like hanging out.
Well, no, I lived. Okay.
Oh,
You're
yeah. I'm
skipping my freaking apartments.
I am. I'm so sorry. Don't keep going.
I had better apartments than her.
You did.
I had so much better apartments than her.
Yeah, but you never stayed in them.
I never did. I mean, I did. Okay, so there was the best, I think by far the best and funnest apartment that it was like.
You have to start at the beginning. Well, yeah, I guess it's the beginning.
Yeah. The best and funnest apartment that I've ever been in was a 2,000 square foot loft in Tribeca. This thing was so big. When I tell you big, we've hosted the biggest parties there in the world, and this is when I was in the nightlife industry. So our parties were
unreal,
like nightclubs.
Unreal.
We filled these apartments with like 400 people at times. I think the biggest one was our Halloween party.
You couldn't walk.
Couldn't walk, and I just had people coming in off the streets at a certain point.
Yeah, like people would see that there was like a bunch of people in it, and they would just come in and be like, "Hey, like we're here for the party." Like there wasn't even like it was a fire hazard.
It was a massive fire.
A massive fire hazard.
There was 6 of us in this apartment, and we all had 6 bedrooms. There were 6 bedrooms.
No, when you first got the apartment, it was so an actual loft, like a huge, ginormous loft.
Just big open space with 2 bathrooms and a kitchen.
Yeah, so there was no bedrooms. There was 1 bedroom.
No, there was 3, but we converted into 6.
Yeah, so they built walls.
It is possible. It was just the bedrooms were massive. It didn't make sense. So we made 3 into 6, and each and every single one of them had a queen bed on it. So it was pretty spacious, and the main reason why we got it is for A, 6 people, B, it was so cheap. So cheap.
What was the total rent? 7,000?
7,000.
Yeah.
For 6 people.
For 6 bedrooms, so everyone paid like...
In Tribeca.
On Broadway.
Well, we were also, oh my god, we were also across from the FBI building.
Yeah, that was not good for all those parties.
There was one time where some random guy was flying a drone over the building, and then we had Homeland Security going in and out of the apartments. And this guy banged on our door. He's like, "Were you guys flying a drone?" And I'm like, "No, we don't even own a drone." And he's like, "Do you mind coming in if we come in and search your apartment?" I'm like, okay. But the guys with the rifles stay outside. There was 4 to 5 guys with like heavy armor and rifles looking for a drone.
Oh my god. That was
crazy.
I
was like, listen, I can have you and her come in here, but I'm not having the guys with the rifles coming in because it's just, you're gonna need a warrant for that.
That apartment was unbelievable. It was so much fun.
Great.
It was literally just like a frat house.
It was. It still is. To this day, it is.
He was the first one to move out of it with our other friend.
my buddy Mike.
Yeah. So, but our other friends stayed. So it was like so many different generations of people stayed in that loft. For a few years.
In and out of like 2 rooms.
So even when he moved out, it was like all of our friends still lived there. So it was like always home for everyone. That was great. That was
we
like
never
the best.
locked the doors on there. I still remember the code to it.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Interruption. What's next?
Window?
The window?
Yeah.
That's gonna be really hard. So the pros about that was, I mean, you know, you're not gonna do that unless you like have a group of people who are doing that. And also all of us were like so close friends that it was like comfortable and like it wasn't.
You made a little family.
Yeah, it was, so you know, people weren't afraid to like speak their mind with that many people. But I wouldn't necessarily do that situation with strangers. Memory card issue number 3. Oh no, this is becoming a little bit of a mess. In general, the neighborhood of Tribeca is interesting and it's not top choice. It's very...
Tribeca is, okay, let me put it to you this way. It's very busy during the day.
Yeah.
But after 7 p.m.
Scary.
It's dead. And you're not gonna find anything to eat.
Yeah.
Or anything. It's not scary. It's just it's just a work situation area.
Yeah. Supermarkets, there's like barely any bodegas.
Right.
It's just not really the neighborhood vibe. But they do have like some pretty good apartments. You're really, if you want to find an apartment that's like a high-rise, new, renovated.
No, that's financial district. Tribeca is actually very expensive.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, this window is ugly.
Anyway, after that, me and my buddy Mike moved into a 2-bedroom that converted into a 3-bedroom. This is when Airbnb was just becoming what Airbnb was. I believe it was like 2014 or whatever. So we took a risk and basically got a 2 and converted into 3, with the 3rd bedroom being a Airbnb guest suite.
And this was in Hell's Kitchen.
This was in Hell's Kitchen. So
imagine an Airbnb in Times Square. Like, they were making money.
It was right next to Times Square. And then it was working. It was doing very well. So eventually I said, and I'm like, okay, well, she moved to the Upper West Side.
Into a 1-bedroom.
Into a 1-bedroom. And I was like, well, if we put my bedroom on Airbnb, we'll make even more money and make a profit off it, basically. And this was all legal. Everything we did was legal, with Airbnb especially, because we wanted to cover our assets.
Bases, yeah.
And that worked out, and I was making a lot of money. Like,
your rent plus more.
Triple more.
Yeah.
It was like profit times 3. It was crazy.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that I was in this 1-bedroom. We were obviously dating, and we slept together regardless every night. Like, we were hanging out every single day and would have sleepovers every single night anyways. So there wasn't even a day that like went by that he wouldn't sleep over at my apartment before he started his Airbnb stuff. So at that point we were like, why do you have a room? Like, why don't you just stay here? So that's what happened. So he rented out his room.
We originally started off with renting my room out for the weekends.
Yeah.
Just because we were doing something on the weekends. And I was still doing nightlife, and I was doing real estate as well. So I was doing like 4 things at once. That was
a time,
but it worked out. But the Upper West Side one was on 70th and Broadway, and that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great building. We had like, when we first moved in, they were renovating the gym, so that took a little bit of time, and they were also renovating the roof, so that took time, obviously, for them to finish, which was kind of annoying because it's never nice to move in somewhere where they're doing construction, but we did, and it ended up being like a great gym. Their rooftop was gorgeous.
I have an idea.
What?
I'm doing a chimney. Keep talking.
A chimney?
Mm-hmm. Attic drops.
Okay. So, I had a 1-bedroom, and it was a very New York 1-bedroom. There was like the windows only led to the other side of the building, so it was just like brick outside the windows. So it was like definitely dark, but it was nice for my first one bedroom, like my first ever like one bedroom by myself. It was nice, and I could walk to school, all of that. It was a doorman building, so that was comfortable. Then we decided to just take a look at the available units in that building, because when I first checked out that building, there was another unit available that I liked more than the one that I got, but then someone took it. So it turns out they had another floor open, and we contacted the management and asked them if we could do a switch, and they said yes.
Transfer.
And what is it?
Transfer.
A transfer. And that was like that was like the best decision ever, because that apartment was a lot better than my first one. We moved apartments, which was hilarious because obviously it was just like moving a few floors down, so we didn't pay movers or anything, but I had a good amount of stuff.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
I moved.
Where was I that day?
You were in school.
Yeah.
I moved everything by myself.
On the little trolleys. Yeah, he's so good.
Even the furniture.
Yeah. So we moved apartments, and then we were in that apartment, which was, did I just get?
Did you? I'll kill you.
No, I didn't. So we liked the next apartment a lot better. It was bigger, a little bit more renovated, windows that actually looked outside. But all in all, the management was not the greatest in that building, and we were, so we were there for how long? 2.5 years, I think, in that building. So we that was home. We were there for a while, and then I graduated. Oh, and Upper West Side is great. I loved living in the Upper West Side. Right by the park. I was so close to my school. Shopping is amazing. Marshalls is amazing up there.
Don't tell them about Marshalls, and now everybody's gonna go to Marshalls.
It's a secret. The Upper West Side Marshalls is the best. That's so cute, babe. Can you get one of those baby spoons? So we loved Upper West, but then I graduated from Fordham, and our lease was up, and we decided to move once again. And this was funny because we started looking before our lease was up. Now what?
I don't know. Just keep doing what you can. This is the 5th time you made me get up now. I'm officially annoyed.
One day we were like, oh, let's just take a look at some of the apartments. Always on Street Easy searching. And Powell sends me a text of this apartment on Street Easy. And I'm like, oh my God, I have to go check it out, like just to see what's out there.
You didn't want to go check it out. I told you to.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You're like, I don't know. We're not gonna get it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, so I didn't know that happened. But anyway, so I went to go check it out, and I fell in love. I literally loved it from the second I walked in, and I was like, we have to get this.
I knew she would, because I found it.
He is very good. Very good. Should I do zigzags or swoops?
Do whatever you need to do.
So
it was perfect location.
Perfect location. It was in Chelsea.
Right on 21st Street and 7th Avenue. We had like the gay parade and all the parades came through our street. Mm-hmm. Like we saw every single one of them on our
fire escape.
Fire escape. It was phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
All of our friends were around us. They were the absolute worst management I've ever experienced in my life. The worst. And do you think it's a correlation between like... It was just small. A small building. They just don't care. This guy did not care at all. Did not care. He knew he could charge a high rent because of the location. Yeah, so our rent was way more expensive than our Upper West Side rent. But the unit itself was like fully renovated. This is hideous. It's fine. I'm embarrassed, whatever. It's fine. I loved the apartment. It was like crisp white, like stainless steel appliances. The bathroom had like glass. It was gorgeous, but it was very small. And it was a walk up. And all of our packages always got lost. They never got lost. Yes, I did. I literally like lived at USPS. They just couldn't access. Yeah, they could never access, and they also never
ring the doorbell or whatever. Whatever. It was great. We were also super close to Trader Joe's. For the time, it was just like perfect. We loved it. Yeah, it was great. But then Corona happened and we were quarantined there and it was absolutely miserable. So.
It was a bad place. It wasn't that big.
Yeah, it was not the place to be quarantined for that long, especially in New York. And then we decided our lease was up obviously, and, oh, this sucks. And then we decided to look around more. We were considering Jersey City. We were considering Long Island City, Brooklyn. And then Powell went on a wild goose chase to find apartments for us, like he always does.
During the pandemic, when it first started, I started like looking at things and knowing that I could find someone that needs to leave their lease.
Yeah.
And we stumbled upon this place, and we got a sick deal, basically.
Sick deal.
Like unheard of deal. Negotiated very well with them. They were ready to get out of here, and we just kind of took over, and our lease is about to end next month, actually.
Yeah, so we did a lease takeover, so we didn't sign a full year lease.
Lease assignment.
Yeah.
Right now, if you're searching, look for lease assignments because you'll get something cheaper and you could self-amortize yourself. If they give you a credit or whatever, and it's totally worth it. But now managements are giving a good amount of free rent out.
3 months.
So just make sure that the free rent is on the front end. That way you can self-amortize.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. You could go on, like you could look on Facebook Marketplace. Like there's places all. Yeah,
Facebook Marketplace, like.
One thing, there's only one site you should be trusting with managements, and that's Street Easy. They are the only ones that ask for verification from landlords. So instead of getting scammed out by some kind of broker with a fake listing, look on Street Easy. Make sure the address is listed. Make sure.
Yeah, you don't need to pay brokers. Don't. You've never, ever paid a broker fee.
Nope.
Ever in our entire.
Technically, I was the broker.
But you can definitely get away with it. You don't need to be paying that fee for no. Oh my god, I didn't realize that was coming out here. Shoot. That leads us to where we are now. I also didn't talk about the West Village apartment, really. Obviously, the West Village is the West Village. It's the best neighborhood, but you're not gonna find like a nice.
There's like some rare ones that you could find that are like a little more outdated, but other than that, they're like historical. You're not gonna get anything really good for
your money.
Especially in the West Village. I have a hate for West Village apartments.
Well, you literally don't fit in them.
I can't do it.
Like, he's so tall. I mean, personally, like, we're very big walkers, so like it doesn't bother me to like have to walk a little bit to get somewhere. So instead of just like walking out my front door and like being in the West Village, it's fine if you have to like walk from Chelsea or something, you know? But it is crazy how everyone is just like moving around.
Yes.
All of our friends are just like nomads.
Yep.
Like staying at families' houses, like just doing whatever they want. This is so cute. Where should we put the Scandinavian swimmers?
I don't have to. I think it looks fine just the way it is.
I think this is damn good. Don't you? Covered in sugar. I think we're done with our house. Do I have to do the back?
No, nobody looks at the back.
Oh my god.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's so cute. Can we move in?
Wow.
The roof is a little bit ugly, but...
Well, you know what? There's snow.
Your chimney is honestly such a great addition. Oops.
You got a window down. Good?
Gorgeous. The front is my favorite. Look how cute this is. I'm very proud of us.
Yep. Okay, I gotta get back to work.
Thanks for your cooperation.